You know what else happens? You know what else happens? Another episode of Horror Research 30. Yes, it is another pre-record, people. Another pre-record. This one will be dropping on probably Friday, next Friday from now. So yeah, tune in. Tune in. Hope you enjoy. We're not live now, but we will be later. Myself playing some sort of horror game. This gentleman down here, worst damn gamer ever, playing his Fortnite Friday that he does every single Fortnite Fridays, which he does every single Friday. So wherever you watch him at live, watch him there. And wherever you watch me live, watch me there. We're not competing. Some people just like watching different shit. I'll be playing a horror game. He'll be doing his Fortnite. Tune in. Matter of fact, if you got multiple screens, watch us both. Better yet, watch us both. Don't even care who's on the bigger screen. Show us both some love. But let's dive into this, guys. Let's dive into Night of the Animated Dead, which I mean, if you've seen the original and if you've seen the one from the 90s, it's pretty much shot for shot with a twist with in between both in between the both. The biggest change was the ending, but I mean, I wasn't mad at it. I'm happy that it was still a quick watch. I will say this though, I do prefer the live actions of the OG and the remake than I do this.
Yeah.
I think part of it was the anime style with this. Not that I didn't like it, but I feel like it didn't really fit 100% for this. I feel like more so, not even with the look of it, more so with the movement of it, the flow of it, and the movement of the animation just didn't feel right for this for me. It wasn't bad though. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad. It was still cool, but it seemed more like, I guess, because I don't know what else to compare it to in a sense, but almost like a comic book or like a drawing coming to life. But didn't really
Yeah.
have like the feel of. I felt like what this should have, the aesthetic. It didn't have the feel of what I felt this should have, and the flow of what this should have, and the visuals of this should have for an animated. I was looking for something kind of a little different, I guess.
It has the
Yeah.
it has that animation style almost like an older version of it though, but almost like what's that fake Bond on FX? Gets in trouble.
Archer?
Oh, yes,
Archer. Yeah.
Archer. Yes, very, very similar with the
Yeah.
movements and stuff. Yes, very similar to that. Very similar to that. And I wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would want more of. I guess I can't really think of the design or the flow of it. If it comes to me, I'll try to mimic it from another show or whatever, or series, or film. But it again, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. But it just shit. I'll even say as a matter of fact, Vampire Hunter D. If it had the style of that, even like the movement of that, I would have liked it better. I think it would have fit better.
Yeah, it was a little stiff. I get what you're saying. It was like a comic book coming to life. It's almost like the characters were stiff, their mouths wouldn't move, and they would like at times it was almost like it like I don't know how to explain it other than it was stiff and it was still at times, and then all of a sudden you have movement. The zombies weren't really that scary or terrifying.
Nope. They could have done a way better job on that.
They could have, but I know they weren't really super scary or crazy like in the, of course, because the older ones. But they could have still did better with the look of them and the flow of them and the movement of them. Yeah, that anime style was just. It's not a bad style, but it didn't work for this. That's what I'll say. Because there is stories that can be told with this exact anime style, but for something like this, it just kind of took away from the flow. It took away from the flow.
The writing was eh. The argument in the house was annoying between Mr. Connor or whatever the hell his name was and the dark skin. I was trying to figure out if he was Latino or if he was black or what, but yeah, but either way, their banter back and forth was kind of annoying with it, and the way the women were acting was kind of annoying.
See, that
very, very loofy and very just like one was obviously having a hysterical breakdown, but everybody else was just kind of like,
They even changed that in the old G. She has a breakdown, but then she snaps out of it while giving advice. She goes, "They're so slow, we can just run by them," and no one would listen to her. They changed that. They didn't put that in there. They had her die. She's supposed to survive in the old ones.
I mean, they even go out and try to get the gas in the other ones. This one they didn't do.
They did that gas part, and the two do die getting the gas, explodes in the live action, the pump.
That was annoying as hell. What the hell happened? Because there was nothing wrong, and why all of a sudden are you spraying the side of the truck with the gas pump? And like, I was just so pissed off at that whole situation there. And then
she's
they
like,
go,
stuck.
Hold on, let me go move. Yeah, let me get it out of the fire. Let me get away from the pump. He gets away from the pump. Next thing you know, he's on fire. He's going for his girl. And what blew up?
The truck itself. It got some reason the car just started burning, and it got to the gas tank somehow. It's like that wouldn't happen. Maybe if the gas tank was open and there's gas, like they're putting gas in it, and the flame went up to it. But they're having it like she caught on fire. Our car caught on fire, and then it just blew up at like 30 seconds later.
And then chunk of their faces and necks were gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what blew up first. It looked like the dashboard because it took chunks out of them, like you said. I don't know.
Yeah, this
they should have had it where the pump just went up. The whole fucking truck flipped. Like the whole thing just exploded.
I'm gonna give
then you'd be like, oh, that's why the truck blew up. Because it was right next to the pump.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna give this one a 4 just because I just didn't like this one as much going from live to anime. I don't think it didn't work as well as I thought it would or should have.
Yeah. I'm with you too. I'm at a 4 also.
Yeah, I'm at a 5. It's fair.
Like 5? if they did scene for scene as the original in this anime style, I would have gave it a 5 just because it was the exact. But I didn't like how they changed the ending. I didn't like the ending.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, because with one of the endings we see the dude. I mean, this one I didn't mind the twist with the ending is what I'm getting at. Like I didn't mind how Ben's coming out the house to get shot, then they drag him to the fire where they're burning all the other zombie bodies. That didn't bother me too much.
I was so mad.
But it wasn't.
He still died.
It wasn't as great as, of course, the original, and it wasn't even as good as the remake. Which the remake wasn't bad either at all, actually. But this just, I don't know.
It's same.
And I was hoping it would be dope. I was like, oh shit, it's animated. It's gonna be a good time, and it really wasn't. Like it really wasn't. This is probably not.
I thought it would be more violent because it's anime. I thought they're gonna go like a little step more aggressive.
I'm happy they didn't. Like I'm happy they kind of stuck with it with that portion of it. But and I love that they're gonna get you, Barbara. But still, there was just it still didn't have the feel. It still didn't have the feel that I was hoping for. Like as far as the story, as far as the movie, as far as yes, I know it was animated, but you can kind of like with the one we did 2 weeks ago with Perfect Blue, how that right there, you can easily see in that being a live action. You know what I mean? With this, it's like if no one's ever seen any of the other, Night of the Living Dead, didn't hear of it, and they started off with this, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because this is gonna turn them off bad to like the whole like I don't even want to watch the older ones because they probably suck, and it's like no, Grasshopper, watch those because this one is and I almost want to bump it down lower, but we'll see what happens.
It wasn't that bad. Like I said, it was almost the exact same story.
But
misses. There's some misses in it.
It's between for me, it's between the misses and the anime style, which I feel like is a huge miss. More so with the movement than the actual visuals, but you can tie it all into it because the visuals weren't that great either. So fuck it.
Especially this came out what? When did this come out? 2016, 21? I forgot.
21, I think.
Yeah, 2021.
And this is the style they chose.
This is a 3. This is
for
a 3.
2021.
You know what it makes me think of? And I know it looks better than this, but there was a game on PlayStation. What the hell was it? What the hell was it? Fuck, I can't think of the title. It's the show, The Walking Dead.
Oh,
yeah.
And it I know the visuals look better,
The Telltale
With
one.
Yeah. But it made me feel like that kind of sort of. Like that kind of style, if you've seen that game
Yeah,
before.
honestly, I kind of felt like I was watching like the early of like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I really hated the way this ended. I was like, as it started, the ending started, and sun started to come up. He's in the basement. I was like, bro, he survived the night. That's super dope. So what happened? Everybody just died. All the zombies died, and then you see the humans walking around. I was like, they're not gonna mistake him for a zombie and kill him, right? I looked down for a second, and then all of a sudden, I heard bang.
Yep.
I looked up,
Same
and I was
thing.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they got him.
I knew it was going to happen too. They didn't
no.
question it. They just said, "I hear movement in the house." Instead of going, "It might be a survivor," they go, "Oh, it's a zombie trapped in there." Aim, and it comes to the window, and then he shoots him without asking or anything.
Nah, not at all.
And then another way, if you want to spin it back to Ben's side, instead of Ben, he hears dogs and people talking. Zombies don't talk and they don't bark. He could have yelled, "Help, help," or something. He just walking slowly up to the window, all creepy. Like, then they're like, "Oh, that's a zombie moving around," and just shoot him. So,
I mean, but I mean, just to shoot him some bail though, James, on his end too. Yes, he heard people, and yes, he heard dogs. But that doesn't mean there was no zombies out there either. So he's still probably trying to want to be like quiet and careful, just in case. Say there's those people yelling. You know what I mean? There's 4 dogs and 4 people and 20 zombies, and it's like I don't want to make a bunch of fucking noise. So if they take these people out, I'm next. Maybe that's the only thing I can think of with
oh, and there was gunshots because they were shooting down zombies while they were walking. All the people were walking through. So he heard that. He should have thought automatically, like, is that police, military? Like, and yelled help.
I was just a good old boys.
I don't know, but
could have tried. But I mean,
I think that's my biggest flaw. I'm not a fan of the ending. The style I can get away with. I'm like, whatever. But they should have kept the same ending. I don't know why they changed it.
Yeah, I mean, the original ending would have been great with this. Would have been perfect, phenomenally awesome with this. But
now I gotta go back and watch.
And they explained the how it started like in 2 seconds because their cop was getting interviewed. It was like, was it because of what was a planet lining up and something? I don't even know, crashing into the earth. Was it the meteor? I don't know. Even they mentioned meteor. I just heard them saying a planet.
Some radioactivity or something.
Yeah, they're like the radioactivity or something. And people are like, we don't know. It could be. That's when it started. I'm like, oh, good explanation. Because the original, don't they show like that it hits the ground? And like 2 kids were about to make out or something, and the fucking meteor hits in the woods.
There's something. I don't remember, to be honest.
I could be wrong. It could be another movie as a ripoff of
I'm
like a
I'm not even gonna
movie.
lie and say yes or no.
It could have been a spoof. It could have been like oh no, that was the movie where it was like a certain amount of years later.
Was that the fucking like part 3 or some shit?
Something like that.
Or was that the or was that the or was that the more recent one? That was like
we reviewed it.
No, it was we review it earlier this year when we did the zombie movie.
Yeah. Outer Space.
And it was like not like a sequel, like it was like an indie film tied sequel type of.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now because they ended up going to like a they ended up in like the woods at some sort of party or rave thing or some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember now. That was better than this.
Oh yeah,
that was better than this. But I'm not going to tell you not to watch this. It's just something that I'll say if you've never seen the original, don't start out with this. If you've never even seen the remake, don't start out with this. Of course, start out with the original and then the remake. And then if you want to, watch this. But I just didn't really care for it. I really didn't care for it. And I wish I did. Like, I wish it was better. I wish it was up to our standards. I wish it was up to the standards of At the very least, the remake, because the remake was still really good, and I wish it was up to the standards of that, and I wish the animation was just fucking better. I wish the animation. I almost feel like it cheated with the animation. Like I'm disappointed with the animation, man. It really it's like the more I think about it, the more I talk about it, it really bothers me just because of how I feel like how important this film is to horror, especially the old. Let's just go with the original, and then I mean shit with both of them though. With both of them, let's go with both because you had Tony Todd ended up playing Ben in the one from what 92, right?
Yeah,
Which
so
is
like 91, 92, I think.
in the 90s. I know it's from the 90s, which is awesome. Awesome. We just lost him a few months ago. Rest in peace to Tony Todd, of course. So at the very least, getting that tone, and you didn't do that. I hate when you get it from films or from films either doing a remake or doing doing something from a game or shows doing something from a game, and you're like, you just ignore the source material. You'll use some of it, but then you ignore like the story part of it. You might get you might, you know what I mean? You'll bring in the zombies, but then you don't bring in the whole story. I'm like, the story is what grabs people. The story is what really the visuals, of course. Oh shit, this looks awesome. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, let me go check it out. But the story is what keeps you there and keeps you coming back over and over and over and over and over again. Because eventually those visuals do fade. You guys know, especially when it comes to video games, the graphics and all this other shit. But I'm sure there's still games that Worst Damn Gamer can go to, some older games that aren't on the newer systems that he just still loves and can go to and go play them and have just as much fun as he did back when he first started playing them. This animated thing is not that. This is something for me, I watch it one time and I'm just like, okay, never gonna watch it again, never gonna talk about it again. It's actually starting to piss me off. It really is, just because of the visuals of it. Like for animation, it's so fucking important. Oh man, I'm gonna leave it at a 3 though. I'm gonna leave it at a 3.
I get it. I get it in a way where they want to make it their own.
Yeah, but even like with like chunks of flesh missing and stuff, where a zombie grabbed somebody's shoulder and pulled a piece off, and a chunk just came out, and it was just like the little bone, like a cartoon bone in there, like fucking operation and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah. The animation is didn't fit. I didn't like it either. It's one of the biggest flaws.
That's my biggest flaw, or that in the story is almost neck and neck. I'll say the story. You know what? I'll say the animation, then the story a little bit, because the story, it doesn't bother me too much that it's not exact, but I do wish
it's like 90% accurate in a way of the original.
Yeah, story was fine to me. The writing though of like how the characters, their dialogues and shit, I was like, for some of the moments I was seriously scratching my head like, this is what you said, all right, we're going with this? Okay.
They did put the part in where he slapped the shit out of that bitch.
Huh.
He was like, wake up.
She slapped him and he slapped her right back.
Wake up. Snap out of it.
Holy shit. So shit, guys.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, gentlemen.
Fair all around, I would say at best.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair to say.
That's why I went with the 5. It's not horrible. Could have been better. Definitely has its weak points, has its strengths, but not as many.
Not as much as it should.
Yeah.
Not as much as it should. And I mean, shit. Not for nothing. I'm still happy I watched it. Like, it is something I did want to check out. And we did check it out.
Could you imagine, James, them doing this as the animation style with the gore and stuff of Solo Leveling? See, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I gotta check out this damn Solo Leveling.
Yeah. It's becoming my blood lake.
This?
Solo Leveling.
Wait. Well, Blood Lake is a bad thing.
I know. Well, just saying that I bring it up as much as I can now.
Oh, because he brings up a Solo Leveling up a lot.
I would say something that you enjoy, something that you love. Like for me, it'd be in a different way, of course, because Thanksgiving is a movie I enjoy for different. It's just hilarious. It's a fun time. It's a one a year watch, but it's something that I bring up because it's joyful. So maybe something like that. But you don't want to say like your blood
Just
lake.
the style of animation for Soul Leveling is crazy. And the closest thing to it as of right now is Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. That anime styles, like the fight scenes and everything, they go all out. It's pretty cool. Actually, even the newer One Piece,
That's cool.
Their fight scenes have been better.
I got to be honest. I'm having a tough time so far at the beginning of One Piece.
It is. No, it's slow burn. It's when he first finds Zoro, it's slow. But then when they start working as a team and getting stronger, he has his whole crew.
Yeah.
It gets better. Trust me, you got to hold it. I thought the same thing. I had to go back to it because I left it in the middle of the first season, but then I went back and I just got hooked.
Yeah.
But
They just got done with the village with the boy who cried wolf, basically.
Yep.
And that's where I'm at, like episode 12 or something like that.
Gotcha. So who's in the crew right now? Because that's early on. He got
Zoro and the little girl, the navigator that steals everything.
Nami. So you watched the Shark Island thing? Yeah, the Shark Fishman Island? No?
No.
Before she joined the crew? Like she's a thief.
Yeah.
He finds her, he wants her part of the crew, but she's stealing to get money to pay off her debt. So okay, so the next
to the clown guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got past that. Yeah. It's like 2 episodes past that, 2 or 3 episodes.
Okay.
That's crazy. So how long do I got till it's like really like geared in and it's like, all right,
okay.
cool.
Yeah, I'm going to say when it hits where he got to fight this dude called Don Flamingo.
Boy.
It's I forgot the arc is called. It might be right after this arc.
Okay. I was like, you're making it sound like I got a whole season to go.
I don't even know when the seasons are. They go by arcs. Like one season can be like 88 episodes.
Oh God.
You know? Oh, it's a 1,000. What are they at? 1,139, 40? I don't know. I forgot. Yeah, there's a lot of episodes, man. It's one of those that
You said that's Solo Leveling?
No, that's One Piece. Solo Leveling's only 2 seasons.
Shit.
The third season
it's only
out
like 20
in
episodes,
July, I think.
Episodes or something like that.
Okay.
Third season's in July.
Oh shit.
Then Demon Slayer, the final season is a 2-part movie. Theaters movie. They put it in the theaters.
Hey, how long is that series before we
That's
or do you know?
3 seasons.
3 seasons? Okay. I'll have to look into those. See, there's so
the
much
movies
shit.
are like the final. It's supposed to be like the 4th season, I guess.
Good to know.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And both worth watching, like really worth watching, James.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'll take your word for it, good sir. I'm take your word for it.
Definitely.
Before we wrap this up, though, I do have a question for both of you guys. I'm gonna run through these posters real quick.
Okay.
I wrap it up with bacon.
That's different. And just I don't know, what movies did you have the most fun with out of this whole little experience we had with these animated films? But just a refresher, here's the ones we did: Vampire Hunter D, Wicked City, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, Perfect Blue
was really good.
Soul Station, and this one.
I think my favorite one is Perfect Blue.
That was definitely the best movie overall.
Yeah.
I had fun with Soul Station.
Yeah, Soul Station. Yeah, that was fun.
Soul Station was a good time.
Vampire D's good. It brought me back like old school anime because it was old school. I don't know. Yeah, they're just like, yeah, Perfect Blue is my favorite.
Perfect Blue. Oh man, I might be there with you because his overall movie was the best.
I think I might have gave Perfect Blue the best score, but
Yeah, I know I gave Bloodlust the best score, but Perfect Blue was just
Yeah, that's like you said, it was more like that's a movie, not like a anime.
Yeah, but it
So
was
that was
all
a
over the
perfect
place too.
story movie.
It's definitely
But
something you got to pay attention to.
yeah, but as fun wise, probably maybe Soul Station. Maybe.
Soul Station.
Yeah. It's like the more fun.
Yeah, Soul Station. It was fun. It was fun. I'm definitely not gonna say it wasn't. But
Yeah.
Wicked
shit,
City was bananas.
Oh, that
that
was
was
yeah, you're right. That was
wild.
crazy. It was.
That was probably the yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say Wicked City was a good time for me overall. It was a crazy
Yeah.
time.
That one was
That
crazy.
was a crazy ass time. But so June, we're jumping into black exploitation horror films,
Oh,
which
hi, birdies.
I will have that ready for you guys. And yeah, you guys will see. By the time we're live again, you'll know what we're reviewing, and we'll know what we're reviewing. I'll say that. I'll say that. But make sure you come check us out. Go check out Worst Damn Gamer Ever. Again, he'll be live tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Mother 4 and 4 next Friday.
Told you. And I'm back from vacation today, so it's a 50-50 if I'm gonna go live tonight. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm gonna be live tonight, but I will be back tomorrow night on Popcorn and Pints. We're reviewing the Raids 1 and 2 movies, and I can't wait for that. But we're gonna bounce on out of here. Thank you guys for watching and listening and all that good stuff. I'll see you in your nightmares. Remember, this is a pre-record. Peace.
Nipples.